Okay, so this is the review if you need to do a retest on Unit 6. And this first one here, we're talking about just doing the corresponding parts if we're given the congruent statement. So we just need to match up the things. S is in the middle here, so it goes with O. P is the last one here, so it goes with E. R is the first one, so it goes with F. Then we do the same thing with the sides. FO is the first two on this one, so it's the first two on this one. EO is the last two here, so it's the last two here, PS. And EF is the outside two, so that goes with PR. Now, they've rearranged the letters here, so I still need to make sure they match up with the right ones there. I can either go back to my congruent statement to do it, or I can go off of my letters here. S goes with O, R goes with F, and P goes with E. Here they gave me the picture, and we're going to start off by writing our triangle congruent statement. A is between the one with 1 and 2, so it goes with D, which is between the one with 1 and 2. Then B is the one that's between 1 and 3, so I need to do F, that's the one between 1 and 3. And that leaves E as my final one. Now, we can use CP/CTC to identify all the congruent parts because we've said that the triangles are congruent. Once we've had our congruent statement, now I can use CP/CTC to state all the sides that match up. A goes with D, and I can use the congruent statement just like we did there, up here on this one. B goes with F, C goes with E, AB goes with DF, BC goes with FE, and AC, the outside ones, goes with DE. Now we have some true-false practice ones where we're just saying, are the letters in the right order? ABC goes with XYZ, so that means A goes with X, B goes with Y, and C goes with Z. So they're just saying, did we get these in the right order? Well, here B goes with Y. Do they have that here? They do. C goes with Z. Do they have that? Yes. So this one is good. This is the same order on all of them, so we're just matching it up. A goes with X. Okay, that's good. A goes with X. B goes with Y. B goes with, they put it with Z, so that one's not good. And this one. A goes with X. A goes with X. B goes with Y. B goes with, they put it with Z again, so that one's not good. Alright, now this is the part where we just match it up with one of these or not congruent. So let's look at each one of these. You need to go through and look at what we are given. Here on this one, we're given a side, an angle, and a side. And you always want to double check it's the same thing on the other one. Side, angle, side. Number 2. These are sharing a common side, so that's in common. And then we just work our way around the triangle. Angle, angle, side. This one, side, side, side. This one we have vertical angles are congruent, so we have angle, side, angle. Angle, angle, side. This one, they're sharing this side here, so that's congruent, so side, angle, side. This one, again, we got vertical angles here, so angle, side, angle. This one, we have vertical angles here, and on this one I have angle, angle, side. But on this one down here at the bottom, look, it's side, angle, side. Are these two the same thing? They're not, so this one is not congruent. This one, they share a side, so that's the same. So this is side, side, side. And this one here, if these are vertical angles and this is a right angle, that's also a right angle. And this would be side, side, angle, which is not one of our options. That one doesn't work. But since it's a right triangle, it is also hypotenuse leg, so that one's hypotenuse leg. Okay, this one is angle, side, angle. This one is side, angle, side. This is side, side, side. This is side, angle, angle. What is that, one of our options? Nope, but it's close. Angle, angle, side. This one, they share a side here, so this is side, side, side. And this one, they have vertical angles, so those are the same, so angle, side, angle. Okay, now we're going to look at the last page, which has the proofs on it. The first thing is always what we're given in the triangle, and remember, you should always put the information you're given on the picture to begin with. AB is congruent to BD. Don't put the proof on there, just the stuff that's given is what goes on the triangle. Then our first step is always what we were given. Then look at the next step. What is it saying? Well, it's saying the shared angle, the shared side is equal to the same side. That was the reflexive property. And then finally, we're doing our congruent statement. Well, this is where we say, can I prove they're congruent? Let's see what we have. It's a right triangle, and I know the hypotenuse and the leg, so that's enough to prove they're congruent by hypotenuse leg. On each one, be sure you're doing the same steps that we did in the foldable. So step 1, put the information on the triangle. This one is equal to this one, and this one already has it drawn on the triangle. And my first step is write the givens. Then look at what they put in the next one. QS is equal to SQ. That's this one here, saying the middle line that they both share is equal to each other. That's, again, the reflexive property. Then we have the congruent statement. Can I prove these are congruent? Well, I have a side, an angle, and a side. So that's how I can prove it. Then they ask me to prove some other angles are the same. They ask me to prove this angle here is the same as that one. That's CPCTC. You can only use this after a congruent statement. If you haven't said the triangles are congruent, you can't use CPCTC. This will only show up as the very last step in a proof. It'll never be farther up in there. It'll always be the last one, and always after you've said the triangles are congruent. Okay, the next one. First, put this information on your triangle. Just the stuff you're given is what you're writing on there. AC is congruent to AR, and angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. That's what we're given. Then it says CAL is congruent to RAS. Well, how do we know that? Well, those are vertical angles, so that's how we know. Then we have our congruent statement here. How are we proving these are congruent? Well, we have angle, angle, side. And then they've asked me to prove some other parts in there. So that's congruent parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Notice again, this only happens after we said the triangles are congruent. It's always the last step if it shows up at all. Okay, step 1. Put the information you're given, just the given, onto your triangle. 1 is equal to 2, and 3 is equal to 4. And that's our first step over here. Then it tells me this line is equal to itself. Well, that's because it's a shared line on both of these triangles, so that's reflexive. Then it has our congruent statement. Well, how do I know these are congruent? Well, this is the angle, the side, and the angle. And then finally, they're asking me to prove some other parts of these triangles are congruent. That's CPCTC. Again, just like I said above, that always comes after we say the triangles are congruent, and it's always going to be your last step if it's going to show up at all. And our last one down here, put the given on the picture, which this one actually is already done for you. And that's our first step. Then it tells me this line is equal to itself because it's a shared side, so that's reflexive. And then we have our congruent statement. Well, how do I know these are congruent? Well, it's an angle, a side, and a side, so that's not one of our choices. Oh, it's a right triangle, and that's the hypotenuse and the leg, so that's how we know. And then again, they've asked me to prove 2 other sides are congruent, so that's again CPCTC.